we're back with another one. So we're doing the POE on Jaron Boost Ennis. You know what I'm saying? One of the top fighters in the sport of boxing and highly, you know what I'm saying, talented fighter. We're gonna touch on him and his future opponents for the later on this year. They're talking about him coming back October, November. So we're gonna touch on that. Before I do that, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feel free to tap in, drop a comment, whether you listen to the playback or you live in the chat, it's all good. You can follow me on my social media, Twitter at OverJ, Instagram at Boxing. So we're gonna get to it. So Jaron Ennis, man, he's one of the hottest fighters right now. He's definitely not a prospect. I know some people still call him a prospect, but he's a contender. He fights at the welterweight division, undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Got a high knockout ratio. We know how talented and skilled he is. He a problem. You know what I'm saying? And for the champions, we got at welterweight, Earl Spence Jr., unified champion, and Terrence Bud Crawford, the WBO champion. He's a threat to them guys. You know what I'm saying? I think I got him right up under them when I'm doing my rankings. So looking at his situation, he's promoted by Cameron Duncan. He got a deal with Showtime. So Steven Espinoza is really rocking heavy with Jaron Bucenas. You know what I'm saying? So he can get fights. Now, if he didn't have that structure, he would probably wouldn't get that many fights because it's just it's crazy when you're trying to match make a guy like this because a lot of people not trying to fight him. Let's keep it a buck. A lot of people not trying to fight him. So he's like a high risk, low reward. Like I fight him, but I ain't fighting him right now type shit. And he's so skilled and talented. He just gets, you know what I'm saying? It's really a tough fight. Like for anybody, really for anybody in the sport of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because the skill set is there. He got the power. He's athletic and he can switch on a dime. Like he's one of the best switch hitters we have in the sport of boxing. So when you facing a guy like that, it's like, damn, what am I supposed to do? It's kind of hard to train for that. So you got to bring in extra sparring and you got to do a bunch of crazy stuff just to prepare for him. And that stuff right there that can be hard on the mental. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's one of the reasons why it's hard to get him fights. You know what I'm saying? He don't have a big time promoter, but he has a network. So the networks, if you pay attention to the sport of boxing, they the ones that really running shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing to have in his back pocket. So he gonna always be able to get fights. He may not get the top guys like that, like Keith Thurman per se. That's why I'm not even gonna mention Keith Thurman because I don't think he gonna fight him. I think if Ugas was healthy enough, um, he'll probably take the fight with Boots, but I'm gonna rule him out just because of that. So those are two of the top guys that I'm gonna rule out just because the injury to Ugas and then Keith Thurman. I just don't think he want to fight him. Just to be honest. So we're gonna run through these rankings, man, and see what can we come up with. Just looking at where Boots is ranked at. These is rankings right here. Well, that's not Boots, but Boots is number one. He's number one in the IBF. He's number two in the WBO. He's number three in the WBC. And what's the other one? The WBA. He's basically top three all across the board. You know what I'm saying? So he can be world champion like next week if he get the opportunity. So he should be fighting for a title within the year. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that's why I'm saying that's why we're doing this show and trying to match make them and see what we can come up with some good options and stuff like that. So we're gonna get to it. So we're gonna go to some rankings and just to give you guys a look on where he's ranked at and who are some possible opponents. So starting with the IBF, this is where he's the mandatory challenger in this sanctioned body. You know what I'm saying? He became mandatory when he beat Custodio Clayton. So just looking at it, you know, you can do a process of elimination like real easy because we know number three, Virgil Ortiz, that's not a fight that's gonna happen right now. Like we all know that. They both on different sides, and they building up Virgil Ortiz on the zone and Golden Boy, and Boost is he's with Showtime. So it's like it's a fight that probably it's a mega fight down the line. I'm not even sure that fight would happen at 147, to be honest. You got the number 4 guy, Karen Shazakzana, something like that. I don't know, can't pronounce it, but he's from the Ukraine. He fights out of Germany. So he interesting to me because a couple of months ago he was number 9 in the IBF rankings. Then he jumped up to number 4. So that kind of have you thinking like, oh shit, maybe he can get the opportunity. So, but I kind of scratch him out. Conor Ben is out. He's facing Chris Eubank, but that's another good fight down the line. Keith Thurman, like I spoke on, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? Ivan Golub is a possibility, but he has a fight date coming up October 13th. He's with Lou DiBella. That seemed like a fight that probably could get made, but I'm not sure. David Avenesian, and that's a good one for the WBC rankings as well. We're gonna talk about that. But David Avenesian don't seem like he's trying to come over here. He's like he's fighting over there in Europe. He's been on a hot winning streak since he lost to Igis Kavalauskas. So I ruling him out. Shakon Galasov, that's another one. He's a DAZN fighter. I mean, you would think these guys would want to get the opportunity, but I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? But I don't say he'll turn down no fights, just the political thing. Number 10, you got Rashidi Ellis. So that's a new entry right there. And that one is highly doable. You know what I'm saying? That's a fight that both guys, well, Rashidi Ellis been calling for that fight. And look like, Boots would take anything. So that's a fight that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Rashidi Ellis just signed with PBC. He just had a fight in July, so I think that makes sense. He's been on the shelf for a while, so it's really no time to be waiting. You know what I'm saying? I know both guys is young, and you probably want to build them up, but I don't know. To me, I feel like that fight can be next. It should be next, but we're gonna touch more on that too. But that's a hell of a fight, and he just came into the new ranking. So whenever you see stuff like that, that's an indicator that maybe they're working on something behind the scenes. Keep going down. Cody Crawley. So that's another one. He's a PBC guy. Um, I feel like that is a possible fight. Some of the comments Cody Crawley made on some interviews, he basically saying trying to outprice himself. So I'm not sure about him. And then Alexis Rocha, that's a Golden Boy fighter. I say no. He's coming back October 29th. Esmond, number 13, he's fighting next week. He's a Queensberry fighter. So, and the last two guys, those guys not fighting Boots. You know what I'm saying? Marku, he just coming off a terrible performance, even though he got the victory. He's with Boxer and Sky Sports, and then you got Quentin Gomez. He's just not ready. He's a young fighter. So looking at the IBF, I'm only keeping a couple of guys, you know what I'm saying? That's just part of the process of elimination. It's definitely Rashidi Ellis and Cody Crawley. Those are two guys I'm gonna keep on the IBF. So we're gonna keep it moving because he ranked all across the board. Let's go to the WBA. Take a look at that one. See where Boots is at in there. Yeah, it's real interesting though. And for me, this is a harder one to kind of figure out because it's a lot of options he had because he ranked in every sanctioned body. You know what I'm saying? So you got Virgil Ortiz is number 1. And like I said, I ruled him out before in the IBF. I'm ruling him out again right here. He just requested to try to face Stanionis. Now, I have to go to Stanionis real quick. I hear talk about Stanionis and Boots, which makes sense to me. Put that on the undercard of Spence and Crawford. But I'm not so sure Stanionis' team going to go a different direction. If they got promised, you got to think about it business-wise. If you promise to get the winner between Spence and Bud, you know what I'm saying? Are you gonna fight Jaron Ennis? Even though you gotta wait, you may have to wait 2 fights to get your big fight. You gonna face Ennis. You're gonna face Boots to maybe possibly lose that shit. It's a high chance. So that's why I rule out Stanionis as well. So you see Boots is number 2. You see Keith Thurman already ruled him out. Conor Ben, same thing. Guys, I ruled him out because of the injury. I don't think he's gonna come back this year. Gabriel Magistry, that could be a possibility, but I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. But that's a possibility. I'll leave it out there, but I'm not keeping them. Number 7, Raz Buteo. So that one right there, I'm gonna keep because I feel like he's kind of expendable. I feel like he'll fight anybody. He coming off a loss to Stanionis, and I think he'll give Boots a tough fight. He's a good name in the division. He beat Jamal James, and we seen the Stanionis fight. So Buteyev, I'm gonna keep him. That's a good name. Jesus Ramos, they're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Just off the rip. He's a young fighter still finding his way. Not yet. I don't even think he campaigning at 47. He's at 54 actually. So you know, Taraz Selichuk. Now, this one is very interesting. This is a former Olympian. He's from the Ukraine. I think he's 35 years old. Southpaw. He just fought Magistrate. They fought to a draw. That was a pretty good fight. He's a free agent. He was with Pro Bella, but now he's a free agent. So that right there is an indicator that maybe I can keep him. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We see Mean Machine's about to fight on a PBC card. He was a free agent. Maybe they can do the same thing because they're trying to find opponents for Boots Ennis. It's hard trying to get him opponents. If y'all look at who they've been giving him, uh, Lipinez, um, who was they give him? They gave him Delorme. They gave him Kelsey Clayton. Those names are not real heritage. You know what I'm saying? Like we know them, boxing fans. We know who they are, but those not like top 15, top 10 guys at welterweight. So that's why I would include Selichuk, number 9. Trayshawn Wiggins, nah, he with Don King. Sanganov, that's an interesting one, but he's more so of a kind of fringe contender prospect type of guy. Michael Fox is ruled out. He's about to face Mean Machine, but that could be a possibility down the line. Jamal James. So that's interesting. Jamal James came into the new WBA rankings after being unranked after he lost to Buteyev. Now, him coming to the new rankings, that's always an indicator that something is coming. Now PBC got a couple of fight dates coming up. They got a card in his hometown, November the 5th. So you would think that's the card he come back on, Jamal James. But if he don't get on that card, then what? Then who he fight? You know what I'm saying? He already said that he would take a fight with Jaron Ennis before doing the build up when he fought Buteyev. So maybe that's a possibility. I'm just saying, when you see guys coming to these new rankings, you gotta pause and think, like, oh, okay, let me see what they trying to do. Michael McKinson, nah, he coming off a loss to Virgil Ortiz, and he got Jose Rosa. So I rule him out as well. So in the WBA, I'm keeping Selichuk at number 9. I like that. I think that can make sense. You know what I'm saying? That's the only, and Jamal James. So Selichuk and Jamal James. So those are the guys I'm gonna keep. I think those are realistic possibilities, especially if Jamal James don't fight on November the 5th. All right. Let's move on to the WBC and see what we got. You know what I'm saying? Uh so like I said, Boost is ranked highly in all 4 of the sanctioned bodies. Yo, that's some good ass shit. Like that's some good stuff. So he can really fight for any world title. So as you see, Earl Spence is a unified champion, of course. My man Trey X in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. So you see Spence's unified champion. You got Keith Thurman number 1. Keith Thurman is not the mandatory, he's just number 1. You know what I'm saying? I know, we can get that misconstrued, but they got him number 1. That fight he had with Barrios was a eliminator. I don't agree with it, but it is what it is. But I already ruled him out. So Thurman is out, Ortiz is out, David Avenesian, I ruled them out. They got Boots at number 3. Conor Ben ruled them out. Ugas. Number 7, Talani Embiid. Now that one. I have to. Maybe it's a possibility. Like I said, it's hard to get Boots fights. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys probably want to get. So they want to get paid, and he got Showtime behind him. So that's a possibility, but I probably rule it out because I haven't seen him have a relationship with the PBC. If I see him fall like on a PBC undercard or something like that, I can probably include him in this process. Cody Crowley, that's another. So I got him. He's a possible fight. Like I said, I mentioned before, he's been talking about getting paid and kind of like overpricing himself. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep him for now. Alexander Rasputin, haven't heard much from him. You know what I'm saying? He's a Russian fighter. I'm not sure if he will come over here. It could be maybe it's a possibility because his manager is Egan's Clemens. He got Mean Machine on the PBC card versus Michael Fox October the 8th. So maybe he working some business and can get Best Feud in a good fight. But I'm gonna roll him out for now. Egan's Kavalash is number 10. Rule him out. He about to face Michael Fox. Abel Ramos, that's another one. You know what I'm saying? He said, how about Stanionis or Butea? I think Stanionis is out because he got promised the winner between Spence and Crawford, and I'm not sure if his team gonna give that up for that. Butea, yeah, that's a possibility right there. I like Butea to fight Boots for sure, but I'm not so sure about Stanionis. Andreas in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. All right, Abel Ramos, that's a possibility. He a PBC guy. He's not really a big name guy, so he's a guy that probably would take that fight if it's offered. I'm not so sure if if it's a possibility for sure, but it got to be something because he's on the PBC side. But we'll see. But I'm gonna rule him out though. I really haven't heard much from him. So I'm gonna say no. Barrios the same. Barrios coming off two losses in a row. PBC high on him, so they'll probably just give him something to come back to. The Japanese fighter, Tokushima. I don't think he's coming over here. Rashidi Ellis and Buteyev. Those two guys I'm keeping. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna survive to the next round per se. I like both of those guys to get the fight with Boots. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So we're gonna finish up with the WBO rankings, and then we're gonna come to a conclusion after that. But yeah, it's like I said, I think it's kind of hard to find Boots fights. You know what I'm saying? I think he should be fighting Keith Thurman, but you gotta look at all these guys that can be possibilities. The WBO rankings, Virgil's number 1, Boots is 2, Keith is 3, he's out. Conor Ben, he's another one that's out. Cody Crowley. So like I said, he's in 3 of the sanctioned bodies with Boots. I feel like that's a natural fight. He's a southpaw, you know what I'm saying? He coming out 2 good victories. I have to go off what he been saying, man. He been saying he ain't trying to take the fight if the money not right. So that to me is a great indicator that he ain't ready to take that fight. And his name been linked up to Stanionis as well. So yeah, we'll see. David Avenesian, no. Alexis Rocha come back October 29th. Nah. Ugas he's a new entry in the WBO rankings, which is interesting. But I ruled him out because the injury. Blood Cobbs, that's a Golden Boy fighter. Even though I would like the fight though, I want to see it. I want to see it when he called out Boots, because I like when you say a guy's a boogeyman, nobody want to fight him, and then the only man that walked up to him and said, "I want to fight you," and then y'all try to play it like it was nothing. Even though I think he'll wash Blood Cobbs. You got to take that challenge. That's why I don't think there's no boogeyman in the sport of boxing. There's no boogeyman. Because if you're a boogeyman, if somebody said they want to fight you, like you fight him. He was undefeated at the time. He was talking a lot of trash. You know what I'm saying? So make the fight happen. That's what I say. But I know it's a business of boxing. The business of boxing eliminates all boogeymen. You know what I'm saying? They eliminate all that. Giovanni Santillan, number 10. That's a top ranked fighter. You got Tokushima again. Maybe Tokushima versus Santillan, something like that. Obara, no. I ruled out Karen in the IBF. And the last 2 guys, I don't think they even end up running. That wouldn't do nothing for Boots. So after going through all of that, man, these are the guys that is left, you know what I'm saying, that I think has a good possibility of fighting Jaron Boots Ennis next. And he talking about October, November. So you have Cody Crowley, man. This is a fight I feel like makes the most sense to me. The rankings, he in 3 of the sanctioned bodies. He been looking good in his last couple of fights. He beat the IBF mandatory. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like he probably should have been number 1. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't give it to him. His name been floating around, but I'm gonna have to rule him out. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard him on multiple platforms saying that he basically outpricing himself, and he been linked up with Stanionis. So I'm gonna rule him out, but I do like the fight, and I feel like it could still be a possibility. So I'm gonna roll with these next four. You got Raz Butev, got a long amateur career, coming off a loss to Stanley Illness. Tough, rugged guy. Some say he dirty. He a good body puncher. He switches from back and forth. I feel like that's a good fight. I feel like that's a fight they would do. They was on a Boots was on their undercard when he fought Jamal James, and they was talking about fighting each other and stuff like that. I feel like that's a good fight for Boots. He's going to test them. We want to see Boots go deep in fights. I think he can get deep in the fight with Boots. I'm not sure though. So I would like that fight. Even him coming off a loss, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? So definitely gonna keep him. Caleb Plant, salute to you. Um, then we got Rashidi Ellis. Now this is the fight that's kind of the more sexy fight that I like for Boots. You know what I'm saying? Two athletic fighters, you know what I'm saying? And this is like a it can be breakout performance for both guys. Rashid Ellis just signed with PBC, so that makes the fight more possible. He just popped into the new IBF rankings. That's where Boots is a mandatory. So they're doing that for a reason. This is the fight I like the most, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? They may want to build on Rashid Ellis. So I haven't seen him having a crazy fan base. I know he's from the Boston area. I don't know if PBC gonna put on some cars up there in New England, some shit like that to try to build off of him. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? His first fight on PBC was on the YouTube undercard. You know what I'm saying? Not even the main card. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I like that fight. And then Jamal James. So I'm keeping Jamal James for the simple fact he's a PBC fighter. I'm trying to see if he gets on that Minnesota show they have November the 5th, headlined by David Morrell. And that makes sense for him to be on that card because he's from Minnesota. If he's not on that card, he's definitely in the mix to face Boots. You know what I'm saying? He's a PBC guy. He came into the new WBA rankings out the blue at number 12 or number 13. So whenever you see stuff like that, that means something about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got word, somebody got the call. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can't announce it yet, but it's something to it. And then my last one is Taraz Selichuk, former Olympian, undefeated fighter, 35 years old. He came into my radar because he's a free agent now. And like I said, when you looking for opponents for Jaron Boots Ennis, like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of look at everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I think it can be makeable, you know what I'm saying? If all the options run out. You know what I'm saying? I know they want to face a top guy, a bigger name. He's not affiliated. He can do a similar thing to what Igor Kavalauskas is doing. He was a free agent, and he's working with PBC to fight Michael Fox on October the 8th. So, yeah, I'm going to drop a poll in the chat. Y'all let me know what y'all think and who y'all picking and stuff like that. But it's kind of difficult when you looking at possible opponents for Boots Ennis, just because how talented and skilled he is. Not a lot of people is running to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you'd rather fight him with the world title on the line. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just fighting him just a regular fight and having him be a showcase because Showtime seems like they're willing to pay for the fight. So you might have guys all pricing themselves now because they know that fact. The managers getting involved. So it's not easy, really. It's not easy. It's really not easy. But I'm just here to try to break stuff down. It's that boost on the undercard, but yeah, I think that's a possibility. I would like that. I still like Jamal James to fight Boots. Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely a possibility because like I said, he's a PBC guy. He came into the new WBA rankings out the blue. Maybe Jamal James is for standing on this. I don't know, but when you see stuff like that, I'm gonna go to it real quick. When you see stuff like that, it make you think like, yo, who's he for? You know what I'm saying? Um, that's how I've been looking at shit, and that's how I kind of put pieces together. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be for Stanionis. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. We know Stanionis is going to be on the undercard of Spencer Crawford. He already been promised a winner. You know what I'm saying? A promised an opportunity. Virgil Ortiz trying to force his hand to face Stanionis. I like that fight. I'm not sure if it happens. I don't know if he's going to win his request that he submitted with the WBA. I mean, if you do, I'm with it. That'd be a hell of a fight right there. Stanley I think Stanley may have the best jab in the welterweight division. Virgil Ortiz has a good jab as well, so it'd be a power technical fight. I take it. You know what I'm saying? But looking at these rankings, the WBA, when I see Jamal James coming to the rankings, um, that let me that alarm started going off. My first instinct was maybe Gabriel Magistry. You know what I'm saying? Return to the scene of the crime back in Minnesota where they robbed Michael Fox, fight Jamal James. That sounds like a fight, especially if it's a car in Minnesota with David Morrell headlining. Why not put one of the other guys that draw fans to that venue, Jamal James. He's been fighting in Minnesota forever. So that's why that was my initial one. But then I started to look at it. You know what I'm saying? I see Trayshawn Wiggins. He moved up a couple of spots. So when you see little movements, like that's why I love paying attention to it. Because you can catch little shit and you can because they're not gonna tell us like, yo, what they trying to do with these fights and cars and undercards and shit. So I like to pick it out and try to brainstorm some shit and come up with a good logical explanation for myself. You know what I'm saying? Then put it out to everybody who rock with me on the channel or my social media. So that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Also buy some nerd shit, but yeah, I be figuring shit out before everybody else. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. So that's how we doing. So that's why I say Jamal James, he can throw his name in the hat for that fight as well. The welterweight division is so locked that guys like Boots and Virgil have to wait this much for. Yeah, they have to wait. You know what I'm saying? They have to wait, and then they're not gonna fight each other. You know what I'm saying? So the next logical thing is say fight each other, but they both got different paths that they'll probably want to meet at the top. So yeah, you're right. I would like to see Sullivan Sissoko and then y'all loosen off some big fights. Sissoko may be on that card and on Zerlo's card. Zerlo Bivol. He may be back on there. I know he's talking about coming to 47. Daniel Elalusinov, last I heard, he talking about retirement because he having problems with promoters and shit. He was supposed to fight Ivan Golub last year. Well, this year actually, but it didn't work out. Um, Matchroom dropped him. I don't know if he take his talents to the PBC. I don't know. I don't know what he want to do. Top rank because he can't really like he can go to top rank, but what top rank got at welterweight? You know what I'm saying? So he either had to go to PBC. Shit, he had to go to PBC unless he go to boxer or whatever. I mean, Eddie Hearn let him go. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? He let him go after his best performance. So I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know about those two guys. Getting. We'll see. Suzuko seemed like he'll probably get a bigger fight. No, no. This is a card I seen. Suzuko is going to be on Tony Yoka's card. Tony Yoka got a card coming up. I forgot the date. But he's going to be on that undercard. Tony Yoka is coming back in front. He coming back. I think October. I want to say October. I keep want to say October. But it's a card in France. He was supposed to make his top ranked U.S. debut uh, on the Lomachenko undercard, Tony Yoka, but I guess he wants to stay in France. So that's the card Sissoko going to be on. And loose enough, I heard that he about to retire. The game ain't doing it right. He said Mamadov really struggled yesterday. Yeah, he did. He struggled, but he got the victory, 2 knockdowns. I scored at 94, 92. No, 96, 92. I thought he wanted to fight clear, but yeah, the shit happens like that. When you don't fight top competition, then you go face a veteran guy that really haven't been ran through. He crafty. That shit gonna happen. I won't really surprised. The game needs boxing nerds. We don't need everyone talking about headlines and gospel. I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. A lot of that stuff, that headline stuff, that shit, man, it's really this somebody just wanting to get the credit for dropping breaking news. But I'd rather you tell me about fights that's under the radar that's gonna happen instead of big fights because we already know people gonna draw to that. But I like to be well rounded. I talk about the female fighters, undercard fights. I be getting all them shits right. You know what I'm saying? I'll be getting it first, or I matchmake and predict it. So yeah, that's the yeah, they can have that. It said some people say November 19th is not feasible. Yeah, no, I think it's very feasible. It's so feasible that I booked that weekend in Vegas 2 months ago. That's how confident I was. I pay whatever. Salute to you, bro. Don Banks in the building. All right, so we went over that real quick. Let me check the poll. I don't know if you guys hit that poll real quick, but my pick. I'm gonna show y'all my pick. So I like. I probably already gave it away, but I like Rashid Ellis though. That's the fight I'd rather see. All the other names is good. Buteyev, I think Buteyev will test him. He said Thurman is just lying in the weight. Yeah. We'll see what Keith do. Yeah, yeah. Chocotizo, Estrada. Yep. So apart from Triple G fight, the biggest. Yeah, I mean, that's a big fight. I'm with it. If Bam wins tonight, gonna be on that undercard. Joe Joyce and Joe Parker is a big ass fight too. I don't know how we looking at that shit, but that's a big fight. That's a big fight. That got a lot of that that's a domino, a big ass domino in the heavyweight division. That's a big fight. um, yeah, that's a big fight. Wilder's fight is big too. I mean, A side in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute. Speedy Ellis. Yeah, I like Speedy Ellis. I'm gonna pick him. I'm gonna pick him. He said, "How about Alexis Rocha?" Yeah, I mean, Alexis Rocha got a fight date coming up though. He's fighting on the undercard of Jojo Diaz and Williams Zepeda, October the 29th. So that's why I ruled him out for Boots' next fight. Joe Joyce Park is very interesting fight. Yeah, this is for the WBO interim title. That should tell you everything you need to know. Usyk just defended his title in August, and they already making an interim title. So that's telling you that they're trying to push for the winner. Well, at least Joe Joyce to get that opportunity like fast. I've been booked. Yeah, yes, sir. I'm trying to tell him. I've been booked because I already know. Well, I ain't know like 100%, but I had like my gut feeling, and then just listen to certain people talk about it. I was like, man, so why not? If I don't, if I can book it right, and if it's not gonna happen, I can get my bread back. That's how shit working right now. So you can get it back up to 72 hours of the day you booked it. So I got time. Shit. And that's the birthday month, so shit, it is what it is, you know. So I was probably gonna go anyway. So it's all good. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Jaron Bruce Ennis versus Rashidi Ellis. That's the fight I like. You know what I'm saying? Personally. It could be anybody else, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Let me check out the poll and shit. See how shit rocking. See if you guys have it, feel free to tap on that poll. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to end it in a second. But yeah, bro, like it's kind of hard, yo, doing this matchmaking shit, bro, because you never know. There's always somebody they got a good manager that maybe they can negotiate a better deal and get the fight, or maybe Showtime got something else on their radar. I was hoping to see Boots have his own card. So if he had his own card, the opponent, the level of the opponent may have been different. You know what I'm saying? It may have been a guy like um, Stanionis or a guy like Keith Thurman and stuff like that. But the rumors and the talks about him fighting on the undercard, you may look at guys like Cody Crowley, who've been fighting on undercards, and Jamal James and Buteyev and the Selichuk kid. I threw him in there because he's a free agent and he feel like a wild card to me. I feel like they can do similar things that they did that they're doing with Mean Machine. Put him on a PBC show. You know what I'm saying? Rashidi Ellis, him jumping into the new IBF rankings out the blue, that shit just went crazy for me. I'm hyped. Maybe it's a little emotional too. I don't know, but I feel like that's a possible fight because it's not like Rashidi Ellis is this crazy draw. He got a good fan base inside the boxing community as hardcore fans, but I haven't seen him headline a show. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen him. I don't know. I haven't seen like a market for him because he was trapped over there on Golden Boy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, where Rashidi Ellis at? You know what I'm saying? He beat Alexis Rocha, and Alexis Rocha got more opportunities after that. Come on. So I'll take that fight though. But let me close down this poll though. Appreciate you guys participating as well. Definitely in the chat, bro. It's all good. Um, let me see how that should look. Oh, they got Buteyev, 37%. You know what I'm saying? Jamal James 25%, Rasheed Ellis 25, Shelly Chuck 12. Yo, that's what's up, man. Appreciate everybody participating as well. I think Buteyev is a. Let me go to Buteyev, man. Talk about him real quick. I think Buteyev is a solid fight. It's a solid fight for Boots. He'll test him. We've never seen Boots get roughed up. He would get roughed up in this fight if he can take the shots. You know what I'm saying? He said, "But once they realized the fall schedule, I knew they was making. Yeah, yeah, yes, sir. Combat too bad in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Hey, your fight got canceled, bro? Did your fight get canceled this weekend? What's good with you, bro? Salute. The best opponents for Boots and Buteyev was Ellis. Anyone else? Yeah, I think so too. I think he beat all the guys, but yeah, I can agree with that. But Buteyev, man, he rough and rugged. He got the amateur pedigree. We seen him in the fight with Stanley. That shit was crazy. That was a dirty fight. Um, but and he you know what I'm saying? He was in the fight. He just Stanley's jab kind of dictated that fight. So he's there to get hit. He's tough. He'll try to go to the body. I think Boots would be a little bit too okay. Okay, you have to pull. Okay, I got you, bro. Hopefully everything get well, bro. Get well for you soon. Salute to you. So I feel like he can test Boots in that physical thing. You know what I'm saying? He said he'd be back. Okay, bet. That's what's up, bro. Salute. I think he'll test him physically. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he can deal with Boots' size and power and shit. So we'll see, man. But that's what it is, man. We hopefully Boots can get on the Spence Crawford undercard. That'd be crazy. That'd be a hell of a treat. You know what I'm saying? That should be crazy if he can get on that card. It'll spice it up some more. Just as just being there and watching him fight live, that should be crazy. But yeah, that's what it is, man. I want to salute everybody coming through the building, man. I appreciate it. This is my POE series, yo. This is what I like to do. Process of elimination. Take a certain fighter, whether it's male or female, and just see, what's the possible opponents that they may have and who they're gonna fight next. This is a brainstorm and see what we come up with. It's all educated. It's based off the rankings. It's based off networks and the political landscape, and that's what we break it down. He said, "Y'all think Boots would stop Buteyev? I think he'll stop him late. I think he could stop him late. We'll see. I think he'll ask some questions of Boots if he can go late in the fight. We haven't seen Boots go late, and we got to see what that gas tank looking like. So I think he can stop him, but we'll see. I think Buteyev will test him. Stanley was able to quickly adjust to Buteyev switching. Yep, he did. And I like how he stayed consistent with that jab all the way through, and he was going to the body. So yeah, Stan Jones is a good fighter as well. I wouldn't mind that fight for Boots. I honestly thought Buteo mentally quit in that fight. Yeah, he was doing a lot of dirty tactics and shit like that. So that probably was an indicator as well. So yeah, man, that's how we do. So every Saturday we're gonna break down the fighter and their possible matchups and shit like that based on that criteria. So yeah, we got some fights tonight. We got the big one. It's some little fights going on too, like Kevin Lorraine versus Marius Watt. You got Leonard Arthur fighting. You know what I'm saying? Those little small shows. I'm definitely gonna be tapped into that. The Triple G the Canelo Triple G card. The other card is gonna start 2 o'clock on the West Coast, 5 o'clock on the East Coast. So y'all figure out that time in between that. But the prelims is going to be maybe on YouTube and definitely on the Zone, and then they're going to switch over for the pay per view at 8 o'clock on the East Coast, 5 on the West. So yeah, that's the day. It's a big day of boxing, man, because the winner of that shit, it's a lot of domino and shit, a lot of domino effect, a lot of shit can happen. Yeah, I thought Boucher was trying to get disqualified. He probably was. He probably was. But I still think he's a good test for Boots though. He's strong enough and he's durable. He seems durable enough that he may be able to take that initial onslaught of Boots, but we'll have to see. Shit different. You know what I'm saying? So you guys can hit me up on my social media as well. If you need any inside behind the scenes shit, whatever you need, boxing wise, or you need updates, feel free to tap in. Twitter at OverJ, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can hit me up on there. Instagram L Does Boxing. That's my time, and I'm out.